We've come to East Yorkshire now for our next loft visit, and this is Johnson and Wilson of Hull. Good morning, Harry.
Good morning, Keith.
How long have you been in the sport?
I started racing pigeons in 1977.
Yeah, what was the circumstances of starting up?
My father, at the time, he's a publican, and we had a pigeon club at the pub itself. First few days I wondered what the flying club was, the sign outside the pigeon club, down in the pub yard. And as I walked down, there was basket in the beds, and I got an interest from there.
Yeah.
And my interest has carried on to present day, so it's been roughly 20 years.
Yeah. You got a partner?
Partner, yeah, Mr. Paul Johnson. We started racing together in 1984. It suited us both, our circumstances and time. We can fit in the pigeons to suit, and it's worked very, very successfully ever since.
What's one of your best performances?
Best performances is probably one of our best ones is being second and third open from 500 mile. Only I think 5 birds home on the day, and we had 2 of them beaten by the first pigeon by a quarter of an hour, and we beat the rest by over half an hour.
Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
So that was, I would think that's probably one of our best performances we've had.
How about federation-wise?
Federation-wise, we've probably had maybe in one season alone, maybe 13, 14 open positions from 300 mile in one season.
Yeah. What sort of racing do you like, long distance or short distance?
We seem to do fairly well from all over, believe it or not. I mean, many years ago I tried with the feeds and tried to alter things to see if I could get the birds to do as well from short distance as well as what they would from long distances. Sometimes when the birds are out of form, things don't quite work right and you don't get the performances from 500 mile. But in general we've done fairly well from 63, 4 and 500 mile. This is my checkerpad cock, this particular pigeon. He was first federation, Hull South Road Federation, and the very following week from 500 mile it was second open and only 5 birds on the day.
What systems he raced on in Harry?
On the Widowwood system.
Yeah. And what family is he?
He's Catrice cross a local fancy. I got a bird off him, Alan Sarrell's Hairman.
Yeah, it's a beautiful cock, isn't he?
He's a beautiful pigeon, yeah.
What system you race your old birds on then, Harry?
On the Widowwood system.
Yeah, and what's your widowed year then? When do you start? When do you pair up?
We pair up on the 1st of February, nothing fancy. I mean, as soon as they've reared and weaned the youngsters, then we take the hens away, nest balls, everything, clean the place up. They are trained, unless it's the weekend before the race and they're sent into about 15, 16 miles just to let them know that the racing's about to begin. That's
just to get the cobwebs out of their eyes.
Yeah, and the pigeons really know after that if they're in good condition, the better condition they are, the more than take notice of what's happening in the loft. Yeah.
Do you fly them out around the loft during the season then?
Do we?
Fly them out, the exercise around the loft?
Yeah, they exercise fairly well, morning and evening.
Yeah. How about feeding? Do you break down?
Yeah, we break them down. The first part of the season, we break them down first couple of races a bit heavier in order to get the pigeons fitter. And a bit later on, then we build up as the racing goes. It depends what sort of winds you're getting.
Yeah.
In the Yorkshire Middle Route, the federation we're racing at the moment, the pigeons are ideal for Widowwood because they can be lost a couple of hours in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So, I mean, in a problem regarding training, the federation does it for you because it's such a large area it covers.
Yeah. Do you beef the corn up for long distance?
Yeah, what we try to do there is when we're on short races, we bring the pigeons on a stronger feed the cocks maybe come off the feed a bit early, and we use the short race just to make them hungry.
Yeah.
You know, and we feed them heavy again into the channel race, the evening of the channel race, basketing. They're fed as much as what they want nearly all week.
Yeah.
And hopefully we've got things right for the channel race.
Yeah.
That's the race we're really after.
Yeah. Do you ever pair up for a channel?
No, never. We did it once and it didn't seem to do much good. We had no influence really on what happened in the pigeon loft, I didn't believe. What we try to do is probably pick the birds out which are better in feather for the longer races. We seem to earmark those, and then what has raced fairly well all season and they're going past the best, then we just seem to put those to one side and don't ask them for any more than what they've done. They've done smashing all season, so it don't make sense to...
This is the scene inside the widowwood loft. They've got 3 sections which houses about 40 cocks.
This cock was first opened from Clermont, some 318 miles. He won the club by over an hour that particular day. He's also been second open from 200 mile in the Yorkshire Middle Road.
Yeah.
And many other positions.
Widowwood cock again.
Widowwood cock, yeah.
What family is he then, Harry?
He is Catrice, cross Alphonse Bounds.
Yeah, another nice pigeon, mate.
Yeah, he's a lovely pigeon.
What families of pigeons you keep in, Harry?
They're mostly Catrice, nearly all Catrice.
Yeah, and where do they originate from?
From Bill Blowers in Gillingham in Kent.
Yeah. How many pairs of stock birds do you keep?
I think there's about 15 pairs.
Yeah, and they're all Catrice or?
There's a mixture of pigeons. Over a period of time, me and Paul, as my partner, we bought different birds from different people.
Yeah.
Namely, people what have been successful with the pigeons. One's Frank Tasker. We've purchased a few of his pigeons, namely the Alphonse Bounds pigeons. And we had a ride up to Durham and bought some of Bert Fletcher's pigeons when he was auctioning some up in Durham.
Yeah.
And they've been fairly successful cross
Yeah.
in the pigeons.
What do you look for when you go out and buy a stock bird then?
Just the all-round quality, the feather, the way the birds handle, if they're a nice balance in the hand. Possibly from their pigeons what have been very successful. We try and study the lands where they've done quite well, and that's mostly what we look for.
You interested in eye sign?
Not really, no. I believe they've got to have 2 eyes to see properly, but that's about all. This is our best racer, this blue cock here. He's possibly won the Yorkshire Middle Route channel averages on his own in '96. He was flying channel races like most birds would fly 60-mile races.
Yeah.
And if it weren't for his ability for not coming in, he would have done a lot better. He won the Yorkshire Middle Route channel averages, and he also won the Humberside Trophy, flying numerous races in the top 10 of the federation.
Yeah. What family is this pigeon in?
He is Catrice with a little bit of stittlebout in it.
Yeah. Typical Catrice looking pigeon, isn't he?
He's a lovely pigeon.
Yeah.
Probably our best racer.
This is the partner's very smart young bird loft. It's 12 foot long and all the trapping is through Sputniks. How many babies you breed each season, Harry?
About 70 young birds
Yeah.
each season.
What system do you race them on?
This year we're going to have a go at this darter system with the young birds.
Yeah.
We found basically we was getting beat by local fancies which were on the system, and it's time we moved on and tried to sort the system out ourselves.
Yeah. How about training your babies? How far do you train them?
Sometimes the first toss they'll go 15 miles, no problem. Once they've ranged and they're fed very, very heavy, up until about 4 or 5 weeks away from racing, until we bring them under control and start training and showing them, the young birds, actually what they ought to be doing when they're going back to the loft.
Yeah.
Going straight back in.
Do you save the young cocks for widowhood?
Yeah, other years we've tried to be kind to the young cocks and not give them the longer races. And as the widowhood teams got more efficient as we've gone along, we've found the places up for grabs are very few.
Yeah.
And we now put the cock birds into the longer races.
How far do you race your young birds in?
I think the furthest we go is about 208 mile eastbourne.
Johnson and Wilson of Hull.